If you're feeling burnt out, exhausted, anxious, or just completely lost, then this video is for you. Watch to the very end and I'm going to give you some serious value on how you can change and shift the direction of your life. So my name's Hayden, I'm 30 years old, and 10 years ago I was obviously 20 years old and I lived on the Gold Coast in Australia. Now I'm in Bali and travel all around the world. 10 years ago I was completely lost. I was caught up in the whole party cycle. I had this social identity where I was just always seeking approval, and yeah, I was an absolute lost cause. I knew I had more potential, but I was just completely stuck, lost and trapped and just didn't know how to get out. So if you're someone that is at the very start of that, where I once was, or even if you're in the middle and you're trying to climb the ladder, or even if you're near the position where I am at right now, which is have built businesses and travel around the world and live life on my terms, this video is still going to help you. I'm going to give you some practical information and steps on how you can shift your life and your perspective so you can start finding way more meaning in your day-to-day things. The first thing I'm going to cover here is health. Health is wealth. It is the new wealth. Don't get me wrong, money is seriously important. Financial stability is great, but health is complete wealth. Let me just kind of paint this picture to you. So your life is based on the quality of your emotions. Let's just say, for instance, there's a guy in a mansion and he's completely stressed. He's getting his mansion built. He's completely stressed, pissed off with his businesses. He's getting his mansion built, but he's getting his mansion built by people that might be on slave labor or whatnot from a different country, but they're singing and they're happy and they're joyous while they're building the house for him. Those people that are singing, happy and whatnot, they're winning the game of life right there, and that other person is not. Now, how do we fix our emotions? It all comes down to our health. Health is complete wealth. I will say it again. That means getting to sleep on time. I'm going to just cover like a few basics of health, but I'm going to just tell you what's the most important and what's helped me the most. The last thing that I tried to fix in my life, which was the most important thing that I should have fixed at the very, very start, was my sleep and recovery. I was disciplined in doing all of the other things. Gym every day, meditation, working non-stop, all these things. I was extremely disciplined in those areas, but sleep, I lacked it. I thought sleep was for weak people. It was just a part of that old school grind culture. I thought, wake, stay up late, grind, and you're gonna get results quicker. No. It's a bunch of BS, okay? I can tell you from first-hand experience, I've dialed in my sleep for the last 2 years, and in those last 2 years, I've propelled way more forward than I have in the 8 years before that when my sleep wasn't correct. We do sleep for 1/3 of our lives. It is seriously important. I know that everyone sleeps, but hardly anyone knows how to do it properly. You really need to dial it in. Step 1 is identify yourself as a professional sleeper. Step 2, go to bed at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every day. Step 3, eat your last meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, and it's going to give you such a deeper rest. And then, step 4, take a bit of magnesium. Even if you just do those 4 things, it's going to dial in your sleep, and you'll just notice that your mood will get so much better. Tying in back to the story with the guy that was in the mansion, that guy being, stressed, pissed off, whatnot, his health is not in order, okay? The people that have their health in order are always going to be the happiest at the end of the day. And that is the game of life. To basically be in a joyous state, feeling happy as much as possible, content, and obviously pursuing things that, do feel fulfilling. The next step after that is getting the body moving. So obviously gym, doing heavy weights, it's always good to add some serious stress to the body like that, or even just like a chill walk, 30 minutes of walking is also very good for fat burning as well. Now, these are all things that I've done that I just do on a day-to-day basis now after trying so many different things. Another big thing is 10 minutes of mindfulness meditation. This is a big thing. Meditation, I used to think it was like all this woohoo type of thing that, you're just some absolute wizard if you do meditation. Completely wrong. I'm telling you right now, if you feel just like distracted, I'm telling you, 50% of people that may be watching this, you might feel like you're alert or you're present. Just try sitting with your thoughts for 10 minutes because it will be really, really difficult when you first start. When I first started, I was constantly opening up my eyes after like 4 or 5 minutes, completely distracted. And I realized how busy my brain was, how busy my mind was. I didn't really have any, center I just wasn't mentally stable not mentally sick, but it just wasn't completely stable, calm, or collected. So that's the biggest thing. Like, try 10 minutes of meditation, and after you do it for about 30 days, you'll start to notice a massive shift, and people will start to tell you how much more calm and present you feel. It starts to radiate throughout all your relationships, through the work you do. You'll notice that you'll instantly just start to get way more respect because you're training your mind to be much, much more present. So that's a big thing as well. Now, how to really just kind of like find more fulfillment in life is pick a goal that is meaningful. Start working towards something that you can actually have an impact on. There was a long time where I just only had financial goals. I wanted to build businesses to make a lot of money. Making a lot of money is great, don't get me wrong, but it needs to come with fulfillment. You need to have a worthwhile goal that's going to impact your surroundings. So, for instance, my vision now is to not only look after myself, but obviously my future family, my friends around me, and then also to be able to make an impact on complete strangers as well. And that's now starting to level up my thinking to want to achieve much bigger and greater things. I'm telling you firsthand experience, when you only pursue the financial goal, there's not much meaning in it. You'll probably plateau. You probably will not have the discipline, or you won't have the discipline to get through the boredom when you're just trying to reach a financial goal, which will probably lead you to actually quitting. Okay, because that's most of what success is, just consistency, doing it day after day, and eventually it gets boring. There's things that you don't want to do, but you just have to do it. So that's another big step here, is pick a worthwhile goal. So for now, you've got your health, which is obviously the most important thing to dial in, because the quality of your life will depend on the quality of your emotions. And now you've got some practical steps of what to actually do with your life to move you forward, and that's pursuing something that's meaningful. And if you don't really know where to go when you're just completely stuck, just ask whatever you believe in, whether it's the universe, God. I ask God every single day to direct me, to guide my path. That's another big thing too, spirituality. Whatever you believe in, you need to really understand that there's something much bigger than you that can do much more than you can do. For a long time, I was really caught up in my ego, thinking that I was a superhuman, that I could do it all. Absolutely wrong. It's just such a form of ignorance when you have got this ego. It just like stops people from being able to help you even get further. And most importantly, you can't help something that's much greater than you actually just take you to that next level. So you need to believe in something. You need to believe in something that's much greater than you, that's going to actually take you there. And you can ask whatever that is for complete guidance and clarity to guide you on that worthwhile goal to get there as well. So now you've got health, spirituality, and also the practical steps of pursuing a meaningful goal. After that, life becomes a balance. I used to just work 16 hours a day, non-stop, from start to finish, and I was completely miserable, depressed, anxious, all of it. I love building businesses, but it's not everything. There's so much more to your life, what makes actually a great life. That means when you wake up first thing in the morning, just spending 30 minutes in silence, doing some meditation, spending time in the sunlight, because all of this stuff is going to help your rest. And going back to rest, it is the most important thing for you to have a happy overall well-being. So besides that is also sticking to your hobbies, doing what made you happy as a younger kid. For me, it's surfing, also boxing. It's like you need to have some of these things where you can actually work and progress on these hobbies outside of just your normal work. I completely let go of all my hobbies. When I was caught up 10 years ago in the whole drinking, partying, culture type of thing, that's all I did was just drink and party, smoke cigarettes, and even take drugs sometimes. I was completely lost. I didn't have anything else. Now, what does my life look like? I wake up, I meditate for 10 minutes in the morning, get sunlight, drink 2 liters of water, and then I do 10 minutes of prayer, and then just simply start to visualize my life, my goals, my dreams, where I'm wanting to go with everything, and then I hit the gym for some heavy weights. Then after that, I'm straight into work. And then in the afternoon, if I feel like I've got enough done, then I'm going for a surf. And if I've still got enough done, then I'm going for dinner with some friends or family, okay? So I'm just trying to, the whole moral of the whole goal of this video is to just paint the much bigger picture of your life. It's a piece of art, and you need to pay attention to all of these other areas to make one beautiful piece of art. When you focus on one thing too much, all these other things crash, and you're just probably not going to be that happy. You're probably not going to enjoy your own company, and yeah. So the main thing is pick a worthwhile goal, develop your spirituality, and really lastly, just mostly important, focus on your health. And the reason that I keep going back to this is because so many people overlook rest, and I did it for a long time. So just focus on getting into bed at time every single night, and you'll notice a massive difference. Also, one of the biggest things to this that a friend really inspired me to do 2 years ago, he's extremely successful, just have fun. Have fun on the day-to-day with whatever you're doing. You know, whether I'm making this video, I'm trying to have fun while I'm doing this. Also, when it comes to building the businesses, whether I'm surfing, speaking to people, just always focus on having fun. And lastly, just focus on helping as many people as you can, because there's a good chance if you're always caught up in suffering, that means you're focusing on yourself way too much. And I was caught in that exact state. So when you're actually caught up in that suffering state, you need to just go start helping as many people as you can, because it will start to take your attention off you, and you'll start to feel really good about helping these people, because that's kind of what life is about at the end of the day. How many people can we truly help? Another big thing is you got to back yourself. Don't listen to yourself, speak to yourself. I still struggle with this one, and that's when I get into bed and I might hear these racing thoughts. You're not doing enough. You're not enough. You know, you're a piece of shit for not have accomplished this. These voices, they're not my thoughts. They're coming from somewhere else, you know? And it's just like mental activity that's unchecked, and it can completely weigh you down. That's when you need to step in and start to speak to yourself. You say, no, you've done a really good job today. You're pursuing a meaning, worthwhile goal, and you're really moving in that direction to make a big impact on many people's lives. You know, you should be really proud of yourself, and for that reason, you deserve really good rest tonight. And it might feel a bit crazy at the start doing this when you start to speak to yourself with so much love and compassion, but it's going to help you dramatically. And at the end of the day, all this video is for you. It's for you on how you can improve your life as much as possible, getting out of the position of being stuck, lost, or even if you're someone that's near where I am right now, building businesses and travel around the world, these are also some pillars that you need to focus on that are really going to increase your life quality. So be sure guys to have fun. And if you have any questions in regards to like how to rest, recovery, and you know, start to feel that sense of fulfillment and a much more meaningful life, then just schedule a call with me below and I'll be able to have a chat with you.